So today I'm going to go through the leads for the CRM desktop only, just go through all the features and kind of get into the weeds in this area. So the first screen that pops up, you're going to see multiple names and users on this side. Just go ahead and see if I can. You'll see these are just different. So different salespeople. And within every salesperson, we have things set up here called activity and leads. It also keeps a dashboard of things you've lost, how many customers you have. Basically, an activity in our world is when you talk to somebody. So I'll use me as an example. I've got 16 activities and I have 69 leads. So basically, we're saying I have only spoke to a third of the leads that I've been assigned. We also established our own salespeople. We'll call them dummies. And you'll see here that these are our larger builders. So you might recognize D.R. Horton. The lead is part of Arbor Homes here in Louisville. So when I pay for leads, we dump all their leads into their correct account. Therefore, I'm not muddying the waters with a salesman. These are kind of considered a house account, one person. My daughter oversees all of these. Then we have another one down here called Form Feed. And what that allows us to do is Service Pros allows us to set up forms. And in the world that I'm in, my website, when you scroll down to the bottom of the website, this form feed actually talks in Service Pros, and we get the data sent directly. So like today, I don't have any, but if I go back, let's just see from this week, it looks like we had someone that just said need information. And then it's up to my daughter to go ahead and decide what we want to do with these leads. So another indication of how Service Pros allows you to gather data. You can see I've got much more here. Here's just one that basically someone's saying they needed some help. We bought a house 2 months ago. And so all this data that they're giving us, everything that you see here, all of that, they typed in here from the form feed that we already have on our website. So that in itself allows us to get data quickly, because at that point, we either turn it into a lead or we turn it into a work order, reject or pending. So that's why in our world of leads, we keep track of that down here through the form feed. We have 3 that we need to take care of. So let's get a little bit more into detail. These are some of what we would now call touches. This is the last one that someone had information on, so you can follow what your sales team is doing. In this case, it looks like right now I only have 2 things that I've either I didn't follow up with in a timely fashion, or I wanted to follow up with them today. So this automatically keeps your calendar going. And then if you want to go into more detail, you'll just open up the lead, you'll scroll down, you can see that this has had a fair amount of activity for fireworks. And you can see they're all date time stamped. And so this is a way that we communicate with inside of Service Pros for a sales lead. And when I go into activities, it gives you an opportunity to, wherever there's drop downs, there's going to give you the opportunity for you to fill those in yourself. And in this case, the subject, those are what we decided. It said estimate delivered. And now what I'm going to end up doing, it shows that I'm the owner of this lead there. And you can see that over here, Alex is the one I sent the estimates to my dad so he could look for Jeremy. Date and timestamp, we all know who did it. You can also email that to someone if you would like. You can type in the subject line. And then you'll send the email. So within inside of every lead, you have the ability to track it. These activities and leads fall out once you activate them into a customer. So the whole time I'm doing my world, it's just always live data. You can see that it only stays within my world. Once I turn it in, then these go away. So it's very, very fluid. When I go into this lead here, again, we talked about this button here allows us to make sure that we have a parent and a child relationship. So I'm going to hit the verify button. And it does. Activated customer will create a multiple location. That's what we want in this case. This was all the site addresses. And then at this point, we were able to look up then who the superintendent is. And then that will print as well. And then it gives you information for another contact if need be. You can put an email address in. Owners usually stay the same. They can be changed. And then again, back to lead progression. In this case, we're going to say drive-by, still no contact. The source was from a walk into the office. Again, these are all drop downs. Location, I only have one. And I already did sales tax. So wherever there's a drop down, don't forget that you're able to set up those on your own. We'll go into the estimate world. And in this case, we have two estimates. They're both active. What I'd like to show you now is that this print button right here, what it does, it allows us again, wherever there's drop down, I'm going to go into summary mode. And I'm going to go ahead and not do total. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to hit run report. So in this case, this whole page, you're able to set these up however you want. This is something that we typed in on our own, and we call this a cover page. At this point, we're saying the homeowner has two options, two proposals for the house. Of course, one's more than the other. We're just waiting to hear back. And then this breaks down the individual quotes for him. So you'll see here that we have two quotes, one for an Eichler log, and then this one down here is for a Monessen log. You can see that we're able to highlight blue buttons. So these are quick links that would work on every proposal. In my case, what we'll end up doing is we'll hit this one, and this link actually takes you to my showroom. And it just shows that these are the logs that they were interested in. The other link would take them right to, say, the web page for the Eichler logs. Again, all hot buttons ready to go. And you can see now that if I scroll down, the other proposal that was put together just has different links. So now they've decided which one they want. So we come in here and we deactivate. So now that means when I do this print proposal button, I'm going to do a total and then hit run report. So now when you look at this report, it drops off. That's what it is. This is what they owe. Total due for project includes tax installation. Again, the same proposal. What really helps in this case, if it's a large house and you have multiple proposals coming down this way, I think I've had 18 proposals for one house, and you can always go in and deactivate or activate. Again, the proposals, you can do them inside of one to print it. And then you can also email it. And then I'll do another video that goes into detail here on how to make an estimate. Hopefully this has been helpful.